Hi, hello, welcome. Today, we are talking about packing for a term abroad. My name is Katie. I am Science Digital Marketing and Social Media Coordinator. I am joined by two Sci ambassadors, Christian and Grace. So let's get started. Can you guys share a little bit about who you are, where you studied, and where you go to school or went to school?
Yeah.
Do you
Uh,
want to go first? Okay.
yeah, I could go first. Yeah, sure. I'm Christian. Right now, I'm going into senior year at William and Mary, and I studied abroad spring 2025 in Rome, Italy, at John Cabot University.
Awesome. And then I'm Grace, and I am going to be a junior this year at Belmont University. I'm studying hospitality and tourism, and I did my study abroad spring this past year in Florence, Italy. I was like, wait, what year is it? Yes.
Incredible. Thank you guys for joining. All right. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to comment them. We will get those answered. Um, but we can always get our alumni to reach out if we don't get a question answered as well. Okay. When Since this is all about packing, we'll just jump right into the packing stuff rather than just general tips. But when did you guys start packing? You were both spring students, so it looks a little different compared to fall, but how far in advance did you guys start packing, and then what did your process look like?
Mm,
Well, I know if you were to ask my mom, she would say I started late, but I think I started right on time. I did laundry maybe like a day or two before I left, and then pretty much packed up. I think it was 2 days before I left. I kind of packed up all my stuff. I
Hmm.
didn't. I really only needed clothes and school supplies, not much else.
Sure.
Um, so I knew I kind of planned what I needed ahead of time, but I didn't actually start packing until I got pretty close there.
Hmm.
yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like, I think I started like collecting things and ordering the random like 10-foot charger on Amazon like before
Yes,
even or
yeah,
whatever. But I didn't start like compiling it till probably the week before, maybe, or the week of, honestly. I'm a
Absolutely.
last minute person though, so I don't
yeah,
know.
I am too. I'm going on a trip this weekend and I'm like, oh, I definitely probably should pack like 3 days before, but we both know it's going to be about four
The
hours
night
before I have to
before,
go to
yeah,
bed.
the day of, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I know some people uh get a lot of their shopping done in a while in advance. Did you guys have a lot of things that you were going to be buying here and then taking with you versus uh, getting there, or did you just kind of wing it across the board? Just take what you had in the house and then moved on.
I definitely had to buy some stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, you brought up the charger. I know Europe has a
Yeah.
different charging head, so
Hmm.
that's one thing that you really want to kind of get sooner rather than later. Because you obviously can find it once you're there, but you don't want to have to be scrambling around with however much
A
phone
dead
battery you
zone.
have left. So
For sure.
yeah.
I would say I brought mostly kind of what I already had.
Hmm.
I think there's like some things I can't even think of specifics right now that I bought that I guess like medicine or like hair products and like stuff like that. I was kind of told like, oh, they're not gonna have any of your brands that you like, so go stock up now. And so I think I came fully stocked with a bunch of like like shampoo or whatever that like I
Hmm.
didn't use or need. And like, I don't know why I didn't think they'd have shampoo in Italy, but like they clearly did. So, and like maybe it would have been fun to try an Italian brand or something. So just things like
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
to consider. But yeah.
That's true. Yeah, toiletries are that's something, especially if you want to get like a big one, if you're there for the whole
Hmm.
semester, it might be
Hmm.
easier to just get it there. And shampoo
Yeah,
is shampoo in Italian, so makes it a little
exactly.
easier.
True.
Exactly.
I will say when it comes to toiletries, things like shampoo and stuff, I personally got the travel sizes to get me through like a week and then was like, okay,
Hmm.
now I have enough to last me and give me some time before I have to
Yeah,
go searching for it.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Also, travel sizes are a good idea if you do plan on like doing weekend trips or
Yeah.
something, and you have to fly. It's good to have just a few travel
I think I
sizes
actually
ready.
kept my travel shampoo bottle and just like rinsed it out and then filled it up with whatever shampoo I got, just so
Yeah.
that I didn't have to go searching for new, or make sure that I
Yeah,
had travel size containers
for
beforehand.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Did you guys, traveling such a huge aspect, especially of a semester program. What type of bag did you guys use for your weekend travels? Or, and also, how many bags did you guys take in general? I know I took one large bag, one carry-on bag, and my backpack. And then I used my backpack for weekends and school.
I was the same as that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was as well. Yeah, one large one, one like carry-on size, and then one suitcase
Hmm.
or one backpack. But I'd say like for your backpack, definitely do like the Ryanair like size restrictions
Mhm.
one. I know everyone kind of says
Yes.
that, but I like if you're taking any sort of flight throughout the semester, they're so strict about it that you just have to. And honestly,
Hmm.
Yeah.
you don't even need as much as you might think you do when you travel. So being lighter and stuff is always better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, when I think of if especially for someone who's trying to purchase new luggage right now, my thing is always just buy the European sizing so that when you eventually travel again back, you don't have to worry about getting another set of
Hmm.
luggage.
Hmm.
Plus, it just teaches you how to pack lighter anyway, and that's kind of beneficial across the board when you're doing like
For
a
sure.
weekend trip here. Okay. What do you guys have as any advice for optimizing some space in your luggage?
Mm.
Well, I could tell you optimizing in terms of like on the way
How about
back
we do on the way there
and
and on the
then
way back compared to during the trip?
Okay.
okay. Because I know a strategy I've kind of picked up is if there's stuff you know is kind of getting towards the end of its life,
Mhm.
it's good to bring that stuff with you.
Sure.
That way you can just leave it there, throw it out, and then you'll have more room in your suitcase for any like souvenirs you've picked up along the
Mhm.
way, or maybe you pick up a new outfit while you're abroad, and that way you have that space. I know for me, I tossed my running shoes after the semester because shoes are always
Yeah.
going to take up a lot of room,
I did that with a
and
pair of boots.
yeah, I
Mhm.
know one friend who kind of took it to the extreme, and most of the outfits she packed, she was like, I'm probably not going to wear this stuff after this semester. Like I've
Sure.
been wearing this for a long time. So I think she ended up tossing most of her outfits and
Yeah.
got some new stuff there.
We
For sure.
also, I mean, this is just me plugging all of my coworkers. They will also, everyone in our Europe staff, they will definitely be able to put you in touch with, or I know the Florence office does it now. I'm sure other offices do it. They will do if you have any clothing donations or whatever, and then they can
Mm.
take it to donate. Or they will also put you in touch with like thrift stores that you can sell it back to, kind of thing.
For sure. I would say on the way there, I use like the little not compression like bags, but you can use those too, but like more
Yeah.
like the little like square like packing
Mhm.
cubes. And that was helpful because it kind of compresses it, but it doesn't like give you an unrealistic amount of like
Mhm.
illusion of what space you actually have like with the compression ones because I've seen people like forget the other piece of that and then they can't on the way home like shrink
Mhm.
everything back down. So that kind of threw things off. But
Sure.
I also had a friend who was deciding to travel after just like for a long time and only was taking her backpack. So she got rid of everything she brought with her, which is obviously the
Oh wow.
extreme. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess just bringing things that are kind of at their life end, and then also giving yourself a chance to shop because I know
Yes.
that I did not give myself enough space for that.
Yeah, I mean if you're also incredibly lucky, I will say I did packing cubes on my way there. Um, on my way back, I knew I had done some shopping,
Mm.
But I still had plenty of space. I was lucky that my parents were able to come visit me during spring break, or they came during my brother's spring break, and so they came to visit me at all three of them for a family trip. But they purposefully brought an empty carry-on so that they could just bring that to my apartment and I could load it up with what basically all of my winter gear,
Yeah.
my
Hmm.
winter coat and all that stuff to kind of give me some extra space. I didn't get enough souvenirs or didn't go shopping as much. So it actually ended up working out that my roommate lived an hour away from me. So I took a bunch of her stuff home because she didn't have space.
Yeah.
At one point I literally was like, I think it took us probably, we didn't see each other all summer and we thought we were going to, and then I just never made the plans. And then finally my mom was like, if she doesn't come get this, I'm taking this sweater, it's cute.
Yeah.
And I finally told her that. She's like, okay, 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 we're
Oh
coming.
man.
Yeah. That's a good
But
point though about like
yeah,
the different seasons, because definitely
especially
check.
in the fall you're
Yeah.
packing for three different seasons,
Mm.
Yeah.
and
And
in the
and I think
spring you're
check the weather too to see,
Mhm.
because at least in Rome it never got super cold. I think um in January, February we had a lot of 40-degree days.
Mhm.
So depending on where you go to school in the States, it could get pretty darn cold. So
Sure.
Mhm.
you don't have to pack like super, super winter gear if you're in a location that's a little warmer.
Hmm.
So look into that beforehand. That way you're not over packing on winter gear, because
Yeah.
the winters are a little more manageable, at least from what I've seen in Italy.
I
Hmm.
would say for my semester, we actually had like an unseasonably cold
Hmm.
time,
Last spring
especially in
was pretty
January.
cold.
Yeah. And it was raining a lot.
Mm.
So I know it was both in Florence and the new like two city program too, because I did the two city program. And so like I was on the coast for those first few weeks and it was freezing and
Oh,
raining. So and I did like an outside walking class, maybe that slightly skews my perspective a little bit, but being from Arizona, I didn't bring a rain jacket or a heavy coat because I just didn't think of that. And that was a mistake. So either bring one of those and like risk that space in your bag or buy one when you get there if
Yeah.
the weather's like that. So
I will also say, unfortunately, January is their sale season, so they will put winter coats on sale
yeah.
right in January, which is a benefit and a negative at the same
Hmm.
time. Okay. Do you guys have any advice on what kind of shoes to pack or not to pack? There's cobblestone, so do not bring a stiletto.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, wear something that's
Yes.
comfortable walking around, especially Rome, yeah, like you said,
Hmm.
with all the cobblestones. And you're going to be any city you're in, you're going to be walking a lot. So bring a shoe that you're definitely comfortable walking long distances, especially when you do all the tourist stuff and you check out the sites.
Hmm.
And then if you want to go out like somewhere nice, I guess bring a dress shoe too is
Hmm.
helpful. Oh, and if you go to the beach, flip-flops
Yeah.
are always helpful.
Yeah.
Especially and also sanitary wise if you're staying in hostels while you travel. Just pointing that
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
out.
I would
um,
agree. Definitely like I feel like sneakers or something like if you want to go like hiking or something like that. Like
yeah.
I was very like wanting to see like the nature part of Europe and so
Mhm.
something like that, but also like a more like compact everyday tennis
Mhm.
shoe kind of thing for walking
Hmm.
to class and walking around town and whatever. And for traveling too, because I didn't always want to bring like my big bulky sneakers when I was
Sure.
traveling, you know? And then yeah, definitely like a tennis shoe or a flip flop or something like that too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What kinds of things do you guys wear to school on most days?
I think that
European fashion is just a little bit different than
It's a
yeah.
here. So
little,
it's
yeah, they take it a little more
or
seriously
rather,
over
should we
there.
start with what not to wear to school?
Well, don't show up in your PJs. They
Yeah.
might not like that.
Yeah, it's really frowned upon.
No athleisure unless you're actually going to work out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll get stared at.
It's hard because I think you'll get stared at a little bit either way. Like
Yeah.
they can spot you out as a tourist slash American so fast. So
Hmm.
you know, even if you try to dress a little bit like nicer for class or, you know, have your ballet flats and your cute jacket or whatever, like you're still gonna look American, which is
Hmm.
fine. We are, so it's
Right.
cool. But I'd say definitely like I wore mostly just jeans and like a tennis shoe and then something simple on top
Mhm.
to class. Like nothing crazy, just comfortable.
Yeah, I
I think
think
I usually wear a sweater.
yeah, sweater when it's a little colder out. A light jacket usually is
Well,
nice.
let's be real here. The backpack's going to be giving it away anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're also a student, so you have a backpack on, so
Yeah.
people know where you're going, and yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of you can use a backpack, you can use a tote bag, you can use all sorts of different things for your schoolwork. So yeah, I think definitely jeans and a nicer top or a t-shirt are definitely the school look.
Mhm.
Did you guys bring any school supplies or tech accessories? And what would you recommend for school supplies? I know for myself, I brought my laptop with me.
Hmm.
I pretty much used it for most of my classes. Um, and then I had a journal, like a notebook and pen because I prefer writing than typing. I don't type very
Mhm.
fast.
Yeah.
Um, but it's really up to the student and the classes they're taking because some classes are going to be a little more paper focused.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was gonna say one of my classes required you to have like a notebook and pencil to like write in, and you weren't allowed to have like technology out during class. Um, and then obviously I brought my computer, but other than that, I'd say like a portable charger, just because you never really know. There's not a lot of outlets everywhere, and like that'll also be good for traveling with your phone and stuff like that
Mhm.
too. And then like AirPods or like some
Mhm.
sort of headphone or something, because
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of like videos or something like that sometimes to watch later on, and you just never know where you'll be studying at. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember we had some videos as well. Yeah, you'll definitely need your laptop. And then it's probably safe, even if you're more of like an online note taker, just in
Mhm.
case one of your classes is, yeah, like on paper, it's probably a safe bet
For
to bring
sure.
a notebook.
I also
Yeah.
brought one like folder because like especially the first week and then it's like sometimes throughout the class I remember I'd get a lot of like random paperwork like passed back to
Mhm.
me or just like syllabus printed out or things like that and or even like through SAI just some SAI paperwork just to keep it
Mhm.
all
Yeah,
together and like I don't know that was kind of helpful so
yeah, that's true. SAI will give you some paperwork.
Mhm.
Like honestly, it's a lot of helpful tips and
yeah.
stuff about your apartment and your location. So it's good to have that handy. So a
Mhm.
Hmm.
folder will keep all that organized.
For sure yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Also, there's so many little shops. I know in Florence, I'm sure they have them in Rome. There's
Hmm.
a lot of different little random stores that have notebooks and papers
Hmm.
and pens and things that you can get
Hmm.
if you need some supplies for cheap.
Yeah, there's that
Um,
like 99-cent store or whatever in
mhm.
Florence, and it's basically just a Dollar Tree. So that's really nice if
Yeah,
you're needing something or like markers or like anything random that you didn't bring. Like, I wouldn't overpack the school supplies for sure because I
yeah,
do think it's mostly digital.
absolutely. Was it the same for Cinque Terre?
I didn't see one of those in Cinque Terre, but I also, like I said, my class was a walking class, and we
Sure.
did. But I think most of their curriculum still is online.
Okay.
And if there was like a need for something there, the staff definitely would have recommendations of where to get it. It's not,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What kinds of over-the-counter medications do you recommend bringing from home?
Mm,
I think, well, vitamin C is a good
Yeah.
one, um,
mm,
in case.
I always recommend any allergy medications or cold and flu medications
yeah,
Yeah,
that your body is used to because I can tell you right now,
you're gonna get
everyone's
sick.
due to get a cold
yeah,
within the first couple of months so that they're there and you are going to want Dayquil and NyQuil that your body is used to. You're not going to want to
For sure.
try to find something new. And if you bring the bottle and you run and you have leftovers at the end of the semester, our staff will gladly, you can just pass it off over to them and they'll be able to provide it for someone if they need it or use it for themselves. Yeah. Do you have any other medications that you can think of?
I think I had Mucinex as well,
Sure.
just in case if I caught a flu. There was one time I was traveling and I felt a cold or something coming on when I was traveling.
Mhm.
And I don't think I had any medication with me. And I got very lucky. Me and some friends went to a Vietnamese restaurant
Mhm.
and I got a really hot bowl of pho. And then I
Mhm.
had an orange tea afterwards, and
Fix it.
I think it
Knocked it
like
out.
magically cured me.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
it was amazing. Yeah.
The food there works miracles, I say. So good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Get a warm bowl of something and then you're good to go.
For sure.
Yeah, the other thing I would also recommend is melatonin if you are
Mm,
having some problems sleeping when you first get there from jet lag,
yeah.
or you are
Dramamine.
traveling. That too,
Hmm.
and Dramamine.
Dramamine is good. Both drowsy and non-drowsy, though, in case you're, not trying to fall asleep in the middle of the day on a flight or something.
Absolutely. Okay, did you guys bring any comfort items from home to help with any homesickness you might have had? Some students do, some students don't. It's really
Yeah.
dependent
I don't
on.
think I did. I just kind of assumed I'd call my parents enough that I'd be chilling.
I
Yeah.
know now with FaceTime, it's so easy to just
Mm-hmm.
keep in touch with people. I will say I studied almost 10 years ago at this point. So we didn't have things as good as it is now. God, that makes me sound so old. Um, but a lot of my friends brought like printed photos to hang up in their room to kind of decorate their room a little bit. I know one girl brought her blanket from her that she kept in her bedroom. She also kept it in her dorm, things like that to just kind of like remember a little piece of comfort there. Um, I did have one friend who had her like her childhood stuffed animal that she brought with her,
Mm-hmm.
just to sit on her bed while she was, out and about. But really just dependent on a lot of different things.
Maybe my
Some
water
people,
bottle. I
yeah,
would
that's
say,
fair.
like, I
Hmm.
love my water bottle, and I literally bring it everywhere. So maybe that's like my little like comfort item, I guess. And it's practical for while I'm traveling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say also we've had students bring like their mom's spice mix or tea
Mm.
mix or whatever so that they can kind of make that when they're feeling pretty down and want to get that we had a Hispanic student bring her mom's taco seasoning so that she could make some tacos when she really
That's
needed
good.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I think at one point she also hosted a bunch of students to make for a taco night one night.
Oh,
That's so
that's fun.
fun.
Yeah. I think most of the people in our apartment we all brought like our own speaker. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we would kind of take turns just sitting on the balcony, playing our music. There
Mm-hmm.
was a nice chair and we would just kind of lay out there on a nice day. And then after whatever, like an hour or so, the next person would go out on the balcony, set up their speaker.
That's
That's
so.
so fun.
Yeah.
Um, we also, you're more than welcome. Students are more than welcome to get care packages. One of my best friends, she studied abroad the year before me, and so she sent me a care package with, uh, sounds so stupid, peanut butter and Kraft mac and cheese, so that I didn't have to go search for the American grocery store to be able to find that. I think she also sent me a bag of Cheetos, just
Mm.
so that I don't know why it was all cheesy things, but so that I could have like peanut butter on toast or a sandwich or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
just find some little things that she was like, "Oh no, you're gonna miss this because
Yeah.
I just did this and missed it." So you're more than welcome to do stuff like that as well. What sort of essential personal items like toiletries or hygiene products, etc., should students pack, and what do you think could be purchased locally?
Well, we
I
kind of
mean,
already talked about like
Yeah.
your hair stuff.
no,
Like you
yeah.
can view like shampoo and conditioner there, or unless you like are really dead set on what you have,
Yep.
and then I would say
Yeah.
just don't overdo it, because I know
Hmm.
some people like stockpile, and that's just not the way to go. One thing I would say definitely bring if you use is dry shampoo, because I didn't see that anywhere really. Maybe I just
And
wasn't
definitely
looking
not
as much, but
aerosol. I think they have more
yeah,
powder. Yeah.
yeah. So if you like your dry shampoo, I would use that. Bring that, but
Yeah, really, if there's something where it's like, I need this brand because nothing else works,
Hmm.
just be safe and bring that. But if you're good with kind of any brand and you're like, oh,
mhm.
I'll try the local stuff, then
Sure.
yeah.
I regret not trying as much like local products at the pharmacies, because you go in there and there's so many new things. It's
So
so fun to
much.
look at. Like going to grocery stores too. It's so fun to look at all the different
Hmm.
things. But
Hmm.
yeah, I would say definitely just bring what you're most comfortable with, and then give yourself some chance to try some new things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you are um, needing feminine hygiene products, I'm just going to mention this now. Bring what you're comfortable with. If you don't want to, um, try to search for something that you're going to be more comfortable with on
That's
that
fair.
front.
Also,
Because,
toothpaste there. I just
and
thought of
toothpaste.
this. Like, there's a really good, at least in Florence, a really good brand of toothpaste. It's like Marvis, I think. I'm running out now. I'm really sad, but that stuff is really good. So don't bring too much toothpaste. You need to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have good sunscreen too, I noticed at the pharmacies. It
Yes.
it, it works pretty well.
Um, if you had one item that you thought that you packed that you thought you would use but you never did, what would that item be? Or multiple, if you have multiple.
Mm,
I brought my giant digital camera and didn't touch it the entire
Oh,
Me
4 months. So I was
too.
like, that just wasted space in my suitcase.
yeah. I brought hiking shoes, but all the
Mhm.
naturey places that I went, I was fine with just sneakers.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So I kind of figured, I was like, hey, you know what? Those are going to take up way too much room for a weekend trip. So
Sure.
I think I didn't really need those. Now, if you're really gonna go kind of through
Hike the
some muddy
Dolomites or
trail,
something.
yeah, if you're really gonna go for it, then obviously take what you need. But if you're just gonna kind of do some generic trails, then you'll probably be okay with regular sneakers.
For sure. I would say mine is also probably my camera, because I like taking photos, and I brought like my film camera, like my little small like point and shoot, and then also my large digital camera, and like
Mhm.
I did not need to bring all three of those. So
No, your phone
it's just
works
like,
just fine.
yeah, your phone works fine, and if you're traveling, you're not going to bring the hugest option, which was my
Mhm.
digital camera. Like it's just not practical for space, so I just went
Absolutely.
with a small one.
Okay. What was your laundry situation like, and how did you dry your clothes?
We
So
had a washer in our apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and then clothesline dried, or like used the little other like
Drying
just
rack, yeah.
couches and yeah,
yeah,
anything to dry.
same with us. We had a little washing machine and then a whole bunch of racks to hang dry the clothes. And our apartment was 5 people, so it could get a little intense. Like we really kind of had to plan it
Schedule it.
out, and you had to really get strategic with
Yeah,
when you were doing laundry. So just
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're always like communicating with your roommates about that.
for sure.
Yeah, I had 4 people in my apartment. We definitely did like someone was in we picked days during the week of who got to do laundry that day. And then gave them enough time to like, okay, assuming it takes 24 hours to air dry all of this. Now you have to wash your clothes in the morning. And if you don't wash your clothes, you got to push it back and then it pushes everyone back and then if you need something, but definitely I highly recommend if you're traveling to take that into consideration of what you're going to be packing and wearing because jeans take like
Mhm.
2 days to dry.
They do. They really do.
Yeah.
I think for me, like I didn't have to like schedule it out when I'd be like doing my laundry with my roommates. We all
Sure.
kind of just had opposite schedules, I guess, with school. So like whenever
Mhm.
I would go to class, they would kind of just do theirs and leave it out. And then, later in the day or week,
Mhm.
I'd just figure it out when to do it, which kind of was nice. We didn't have to be super strategic, but I also didn't have 5 people in my room. So
Mhm.
maybe that's part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then in terms of detergent, I tried out these
Yeah.
they're like these little detergent sheets that
Mm-hmm.
dissolve into the soap once you throw them in.
Mm-hmm.
And they took up like so much easier to pack
Sure.
compared to like actual detergent. So it's great. I could just kind of toss that into my bag, and it was
Mhm.
super, super small. And where you have to worry about buying detergent when I got there.
Absolutely. If you are sensitive, have sensitive skin and are sensitive to fragrances, highly recommend bringing your own, but you are more than welcome to buy stuff. That way you're not like getting adjusting to a new laundry detergent
Yeah.
and then suddenly having
Yeah,
an allergic reaction and not knowing what it's from. I get it.
true.
Okay, what is one thing that you think every single student should pack no matter what, besides an adapter?
Yeah, that was gonna
That
be
should
my
be common
answer.
sense. Everyone's gonna bring their
Right,
phone
right, right,
charger.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I really enjoyed like I started journaling when I was over there
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to fit in terms of souvenirs.
Sure.
So, and I found myself on weekdays after classes having like a little bit of time in between dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of go out, sit out on the balcony and just kind of write a little bit about like what was going on. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's a great way to kind of reflect on this experience that you're having.
Sure.
Um, but it also serves as a really nice souvenir to go back and read through and
Mm-hmm.
oh, I remember that day when we did that. Yeah, so it's a really easy kind of souvenir to make yourself.
I will touch on that. I combined the two. Every place I traveled, I bought a postcard and
Hmm.
I wrote on the postcard what we did in that city while when we were traveling. So I was journaling just on a postcard and then I
Yeah,
had the physical postcard with the actual memory of what we did that day. So you can kind of
yeah,
combine. But anyway.
okay.
yeah.
I would say for me, because those are both really good. I actually kind of did both of those too, which is
Hmm.
kind of funny. Not all the memories were written on the postcards. Got a little behind towards the end, but it's okay. I will say for me, I would recommend. Sorry, I would recommend bringing a like lighter rain jacket type thing
Hmm.
along, just because it's small enough to
Absolutely.
fit in your bag, like on the way there, and you'll just use it throughout.
Hmm.
And
Of
then maybe a
course.
tote
Yeah.
bag for getting groceries, because you have to pay for
Absolutely.
grocery bags, and it's just something you can use if you're going to the beach or the grocery store or things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a great
Absolutely.
point.
Yeah, and most people are shopping daily or every other day for groceries. So you don't need to take 5 bags. You've got
Mm-mm.
one
Yeah.
little bag for a
True.
couple of days. So it works out well. How many adapters did you guys bring? Did you bring one that had multiple out plugs into it, or did you bring like two that had just a couple? I brought two. I had one that I kept in my school bag and then one that I kept in my apartment.
I just brought
Just in
one
case.
actually.
Yeah, I had the one big one that you could plug multiple into.
Mm-hmm.
That worked pretty well, and I kind of just kept that on me at all times.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think I had two. Well, portable chargers weren't also a big thing when I studied abroad, but when this last time that I went, I brought two portable chargers just in case.
Yeah.
One that magnetized to the back of my phone, and then one that I would plug in just in case for other
Portable chargers
emergencies.
are a great piece of advice. I probably should have brought portable chargers because there was one day where I was doing a weekend trip in Spain, and this
Hmm.
was like one of the few solo trips I did. And I was staying in Barcelona, but I went outside for a little bit,
Hmm.
and I'm on the train. It was like an hour and a half train ride back into the city, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my phone, and it was at like 5%. I'm like, I really have to just hope I can at least make it back to the train station. Because once I get back to Barcelona, I know how to get back to the hotel. But I really got to just hope for the best here while I'm on this train. Because there were a couple switches I had to make.
Absolutely. Oh gosh, it's the most stressful thing
Yeah.
thinking about the train switching when you have no portable charging
Hmm.
available. How many tops do you think is are necessary? Did you guys bring sweatshirts? Did you guys bring This is more of a girl question than a guy question. I'm sorry, Christian.
That's all right. Yeah,
Did
you
you
gotta
bring
have
did you bring a
gotta have
lot of
plenty of tops.
options? Did you bring a lot of
I
some
would
people
say,
are just packing saying more they should pack more layers than anything else. Um
I
what would
mean,
you think?
I would say honestly, just look at what you would wear in like a 2 week span and bring that. Like you don't need to be over the top crazy with anything. And especially like girls like to shop. It's just like I don't
Mhm.
know. And there's so many stores to shop at in Florence and like in every city you travel to as well. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that honestly just like 5 to 7 like regular shirts and then like maybe two nicer dress up ones and like I don't know, 2 or 3 like casual ones is like plenty, honestly. And
Yeah,
yeah, you'll probably find stuff along the way too. So
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I always recommend 2 weeks plus some layering things. So like if you're gonna go 2 weeks in the spring, think of um, a heavier sweater and a lighter sweater that you can layer on
yeah,
top of a
for
top
sure.
or a dress or whatever. Um, Also, when you're planning on doing touristy things, remember that you can't have, especially if you go into churches or if you go into Rome to the Vatican, etc., you can't show your knees and you can't show your shoulders. That's for both men and women.
Yeah.
And so things need to be longer and covered to be able to be respectful for that. So
Yep.
definitely bring a little cardigan if you can to throw in your, especially a light one that you can just
Hmm.
throw in your bag when you're traveling, and just in case you're going to do something touristy and they need something like that. But
I heard a lot of people before I
yeah.
went and like just watching, videos and stuff, getting
Hmm.
advice on what to bring. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, like you don't need to bring a lot of workout sets. You don't need to bring a lot of like leggings
Hmm.
and or like and sweatpants and like
If you
sweatshirts."
plan
Like,
on working out, bring them.
yes, for sure. If you are already locked in back at home and you want to go abroad and also stay locked in, respect. And like it's easier said than done for sure, and like definitely bring it, but I honestly still don't think you would need more than like 2 or 3 sets or whatever.
Hmm.
And I only brought one pair of sweatpants and one hoodie that I wore like through the airport the way there, and then I was like, I'll just wear it
Hmm.
on my way back. But you really do, after your weekend trips and just like after a long day out and like exploring town or at class, like I would love to go home and just like put on sweatpants, and I only brought one
Hmm.
pair, so I would say maybe bring two. But
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
And the workout point you brought up reminded me of something. If you want to run while you're
Yeah.
abroad, there's some different standards. I know in the US it's very normal for guys to run without a shirt on, but
Hmm.
over there, especially in Italy, it's considered like very disrespectful. So if you
Hmm.
yeah,
do plan on running, make sure you bring a few shirts that you're comfortable running in.
for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are gyms. We can also get you in touch with gyms if you are comfortable with it. If you
Yeah.
are interested in working out, I had a student who lived. Her apartment was a little bit further outside of the city than, so she couldn't go to the FUA gym on a regular basis.
Hmm.
Um, but she really loved CrossFit, so she found a local American CrossFit gym, and um, it was ran by a bunch of Americans that also Italians attended and things like that. So it was great for her to integrate, but she learned how to take the bus to go to the next town up to go to the class every week. And so she did that, I think twice a week she did it in between or in the mornings, which great. We'll definitely figure it out for you if you're interested. But um, yeah, and we already talked about shoes. Guys, have any other tips that you definitely want to let some people know of before we end today?
Mm.
Packing
Um,
is such a unique, like it's
it's very
everyone's kind of
different.
very different for
Right.
everyone individually.
I would say, like, just going back to the point about like the journaling while you're there. I journaled everything while I was there. I made a little junk journal where I'd like collect my receipts or postcards and like stuff them in there. So now when I go through, I can kind of like see things from that I got while I was like
Sure.
journaling, which was fun. And like, yes, you can bring a journal, but I will say, like, especially in Florence, but in everywhere I went, there's a lot of really
Hmm.
fun paper stores, and really fun like just like the leather bound notebooks and like things like that. And so maybe that would be like your cool one souvenir to plan to get. So maybe don't pack that. If you know think that you'd be interested
Sure.
in journaling, you can go ahead and get one there, and that'd be really cool too.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then just for my own selfish pleasure, what was your guys' favorite Viva that you participated in?
I liked the cooking experience one
Okay.
where we did the pasta, two different kinds of pasta and tiramisu. Because I
Yeah.
found out tiramisu is like the best thing in the world while I was there, and now I know how to make it, and I have since coming home. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the cooking classes are always great. And I remember for our cooking Vivo, we went to a really fun restaurant, and the guy who was teaching us everything he was so great. Like he had a great personality, super friendly, cracking jokes. And I like the way he did it actually, where everybody was at different stations. And
Hmm.
sometimes he'd switch you around, but like you kind of had your own job, and then it all came together
Totally.
at the end. But I also really liked our day trip to Tivoli. It was
Hmm.
just like such a beautiful area, and I feel like you don't normally think about it when you're going to Rome, but it's so easy to get there. It was a short train ride, and it's a smaller town, so it was a great like peaceful break from the city. It was really nice.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. If there are some people in here that do have questions for Christian or Grace, please let me know. I can always put you guys in touch. Anyone else have any questions before we head out from in the comments? I don't think so. Okay. Well, feel free to send me a DM if you do have any questions. We have another session this afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Both of the students that are going to be in, both the alumni that are going to be in there studied at UAB in Barcelona. So we'll get a little bit of a taste of Spain life and packing for that as well. So thank you guys, and thank you to our two ambassadors for joining us today, as who shared such incredible information. If you do want to get in touch with them, please let me know. We can definitely put you guys in touch with these two alumni, and then of course also our admissions team is always available to answer any questions. So reach out anytime. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.